Well, howdy friends, Brian Flechsig of Mad River Outfitters in the Midwest Fly Fishing Schools, and welcome back to another episode here on our YouTube channel. And today we're here with a frequent contributor, a friend, mentor, spiritual leader, Mr. Flip Pallot. And you know, a little bit off topic today, let's talk about rum.
Rum is not off topic.
That is a valid point. Well, you know, I think many of our viewers may not know this, but you are actually a founder and an owner of Frigate Reserve Rum. Tell us how that came about.
It was just one of those wonderful, miraculous moments that happened, serendipitous. It was in Abaco in the Bahamas, and myself, three other guys were sitting around a campfire. One night, it was chilly, and we started a campfire. We're sitting around the campfire drinking rum, and it was just after someone had sold a tequila company for like $1 billion. And we were sitting around drinking rum, and the four of us were, really rum people. So somebody said, as we were sitting around this campfire, we had bonefish all day, we were sitting around drinking our favorite rums, and someone said, you know, we should start a rum company and then sell it for $1 billion, and then we take our friends all around the world and we go fly fishing all around the world. Everybody going, yeah, let's start a rum company. Yeah, let's start a rum company. And nobody was really serious except one of the guys. One of the guys, Graham Hagemeyer, took it seriously. And he went out and he found out what it takes to start a rum company. And in a month or so, he came back to all of us and he said, look guys, you want to start a rum company? This is what it's going to take.
I'll be dead.
And so we mobilized and we made phone calls, and we had no idea what we were doing. You know, we imagined that we would build a distillery and we would start distilling rum and making because we were very serious rum people. We knew exactly what we loved.
Oh, I know
and
this about you.
We didn't want a rum company that was just making rum. We wanted a rum company that was making the best rum. He thought, well, we'll build a distillery, we'll make rum, the best rum, and you know, among the original five guys, Oliver White was the voice of reason. And, you know, the rest of us were just, yeah, we're going in the rum business. Oliver was, you know, he goes, fellas, calm down. You know, we don't know anything about rum.
Yeah.
We can't build the distillery and start making rum. He goes, get real. So we started, you know, we realized, you know, Oliver's right. We started thinking about it, and Graham, who's amazing, he started researching, you know, who the best distillers in the world are. And just to cut through, the story is long and it's funny and it's very interesting, but it's way too long for today.
Yeah.
We don't have enough rum left.
Right.
So Graham identified the most celebrated distiller, master distiller in the whole world. The guy's name is Don Pancho Fernandez, and he is a Cuban expatriated to Panama. Over discrepancies with or differences with the Castro family in Cuba, and so he's now making rum in Panama, and he's the guy who was responsible for many of the classic Cuban rums that have been iconic in Cuba and around the world. And this is the guy who did them.
No kidding.
the master distiller. And so we got on a plane, we went down to Panama, we met with this guy. Long story, but we finally persuaded him to build 4 reserves for us, aged reserves for us, and to make this aged liquid available to us, which is a huge, big deal.
It sounds like it.
The Frigate Rums are not blended. They're actually aged reserves. There's an 8-year, a 15, and a 21.
Okay.
And Don Pancho had these reserves, made them available for us. We, in concert with him, and as a result of our knowledge and love of rum, we knew what we wanted in a rum. And Don Pancho knew how to make it.
Wow.
As no one else knows how to make it. And so, over time and through much tribulation, one of the partners, a Bahamian named Clint Kemp, was waiting when he was a kid on the flats in Abaco bone fishing, and he found a bottle, a British rum bottle from the 1600s.
Oh my gosh.
And the bottle was remarkable, all hand blown and crooked and everything. And we wanted our bottle to be like that. And so we searched the world, really Graham searched the world and found someone who could make a crooked bottle. And so that's our crooked bottle. Then we went through all the tribulations of finding a distributor for the rum, which we did. Another wonderful long story. I mean, this has been a journey fraught with the most wonderful stories and happenstances and serendipitous events. But at this point, we've settled in. We have a supply chain. We're getting ready this coming year to make our move and to become a real rum company. But we're satisfied that we have, just to end the story, just before COVID, or just after the beginning of COVID, they had the International Rum Symposium. They held it in South Florida instead of in Europe where it's normally held. In the symposium, we entered our 8-year reserve, and we entered our 21. It's very expensive to enter these things. We had no money. We had no sales. We had nothing. So we entered the 8 and we entered the 21. In a blind tasting, amongst the greatest master distillers in the world, the 8-year won a bronze medal.
Ooh, wow.
The 21 won a gold medal for best rum under 25 years, and it won a second gold medal for best rum in the entire symposium.
Wow.
So
congratulations.
I could say, or we could say at this moment, since there has not been another symposium, that we have the best rum in the world.
Yeah. I used to remember the Andros Island Bonefish Club. You remember Rupert. Rupert spent a lot of time in Cuba, and he would always come back with the best rum and the best cigars. Now, I'm not a cigar smoker, but a lot of my clients, everybody would be sitting around with Rupert drinking really good rum. And that was the only time I was ever exposed to good rum. You know, we just don't get it in Columbus, Ohio.
Really?
Well, it's Captain Morgan's, and it's all this. It's spiced rum. It's this and that. And you know, when I started hanging out here and we started teaching these schools, you know, you introduced me to this, and it is. I have developed a taste for it, and it's kind of funny. I learned very quickly to drink it neat. to say the least. You don't put it on ice. You don't mix it with Coke. You don't, and it's kind of funny.
Or Mountain Dew.
Or anything. You drink it straight. You drink it neat, and you sip it, and it is delicious. And it's been funny. You know, we meet our students, for those of you that haven't been here, which is many of you, but we meet our students out at the top of Flip's driveway, or at least I do. And then I usually play some sort of joke on them and tell them Flip doesn't know that we're coming and be super nice. But I also tell them, okay, we're gonna drink some Frigate Reserve rum, and I say, whatever you do, don't ask for ice and don't ask for Coke. And sure enough, and they all look at me kind of funny, like, how can you drink rum without Coke?
I know.
And then, so we've set the precedent, and nobody has ever asked for ice or Coke or anything. Yeah. And then they all come up and they say, this is amazing. I've never drank rum like this. And it's really been cool. And I know, you know, I think I saw on social media, several of our students from our January school, they chimed in when they saw the pictures from this past weekend. And they said, sitting at home all alone drinking Frigate Reserve rum. One of those was Jason Helterbrattle, of course.
Yeah, of course.
But this has just now become sought after, you know, I'm sure from everybody that's tried it. You guys have made a fantastic name for yourselves. I hope that at some point we get it in Columbus, Ohio, and in the north. I mean, you're primarily...
This year? Yeah, this year it'll happen.
Excellent. Right now you're primarily in the south, but you're about to make a big move, and and everybody is about to hear about this.
Yeah.
Well, the bottle is super cool. That's one of the neat things about it. The label is fantastic, and now the frigate bird has just become an icon. You've got hats, you've got belt buckles, you've got my cabin that I'm staying in is the cowboy cabin, but also known as the frigate cabin. I've heard you say that. And then the saying on the bottle, and I think a slogan for the company, is "Life on the Wing."
Well, that's where we are. That's where all of us are.
Yeah,
life on the wing.
And especially the group that came together to make this happen. I mean, there's hardly more life on the wing than Oliver White, for crying out loud.
No, he's gone.
That guy is the wing.
Constantly soaring.
Yes, he certainly is. Well, I can vouch. I've developed a taste for it myself, and I thank you. You know, I think I mentioned to you recently when you called Mad River Outfitters to buy some stuff, and I said, "Nah, you don't have to pay for it. We'll call it a rum fee," because I've had my fair share of rum during the schools and post schools and what have you. So, well, thanks for sharing the story, Flip. We really appreciate it, and I'm sure our listeners will appreciate that. And even if you're not a rum drinker, I would suggest you give this a try. It is theoretically the best rum in the world, gold medal winning, bronze medal winning. And so, okay, which one is your favorite? There's the 8, the 15, and the 21?
Long story. I like them all, but my go-to is the 8. I like to think of the 8-year as being the closest to the barrel of all of the reserves. I do like them all, and there are occasions when nothing will substitute itself for the 21. But my go-to is the 8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm looking at a deer right over there in the woods.
Look at that.
Yeah. She's looking at us too.
Yeah.
Well, as always, friends, there you have it. Frigate Reserve Rum. Flip Pallot, owner and founder of the company, and I know it's something you're really proud of and you're very, very passionate about. Yeah. So, as always, friends, check out Frigate Reserve Rum. If you don't have it yet, go to your local liquor store and request it. He would appreciate it, and you're gonna love it, I promise. As always, friends, thanks for watching. We really appreciate it. Please subscribe to our channel. That helps us out a lot. Hit that like button, that just makes us feel good. And stay tuned. We've got a lot more coming your way, and a lot more coming with this guy, so which we, of course, always appreciate, and we know you do too. So stay tuned.